Hey, we really appreciate you downloading another episode of Breaking Nashville. I am John Watkins. You can always follow us on Twitter at Breaking Nash. We've got the website, breakingnashvillepodcast.com. There's a Facebook page you can link up from the website. Lots of fun interviews so far since we kicked this off just last week. And I got to tell you, I'm excited about today's Breaking Nashville because this guy, he truly did break the format of Nashville. It's Chase Rice, and this is Breaking Nashville.
Ready, set, let's roll. Ready, set, let's ride. Ready, set, let's roll.
Chase Rice on with Breaking Nashville. Chase, I got to know, how does a man who was on a season of Survivor, was a starting linebacker for the University of North Carolina, then a member of a NASCAR pit crew, become one of the hottest rising country stars of 2014? You're blowing my mind.
Yeah, dude, it's I'm blowing my own mind. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. For me, it's just been my life. I wanted to do something, so I kind of gave everything I had into doing it, and that was the same with football. That was kind of my first love. And then the Survivor thing, I actually got hurt doing football, so I started working in NASCAR, which was, I wasn't a love, but I love NASCAR. I love the sport, but I just kind of happened to fall into the pit crew thing from an old coach that I played for. And, yeah, he threw me in there and started doing that, and I just happened to get lucky enough to work for the best, race team in the world, Jimmy Johnson and Hendrick Motorsports, and won championships there. That was cool. And then the Survivor thing was another luck thing. I guess I was just lucky. I guess that's kind of the moral of the story. Just made it on there and almost won that, but didn't. And now music is, it's just now starting to get real, real fun. And I actually got word this morning from management that Ready, Set, Roll just got certified gold this morning.
Wow.
So it's my first gold record. So I'm as an artist, so I'm pumped about it.
Congrats.
I got something to add to that, though. The list of cool things that you've done. Do you know that you're one of the most Shazammed artists
out
there? Yeah. I don't know if you know what that means, but you're on that list.
Is that the thing that you hold up and it tells you what song's playing?
Yes.
Really? Oh, that's more important than anything, I guess. 'Cause that means I guess when people hear it, they want to know what it is.
You keep using the word like, it just happens, or I just kind of lucked out. But it's impossible to get where you are from just it happened and just lucked out. I mean, let's walk through this. You get to the University of North Carolina. You don't become a starting linebacker without years of playing at 110%.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I've worked hard, and everything I do, it just kind of runs in my family. Everything we do is full speed ahead. We're going for it. And if we fail, we're gonna fail trying as hard as we can, I guess. So, and that was the thing with football was I gave everything I had to that. I was undersized, I was small, but Carolina gave me a shot. So, as much as I worked for it, people were still there to give me chances and or take chances on me, and I have a ton of people to thank for those same kind of situations throughout my whole life. I mean, even Columbia Records right now with music. They took a huge chance on signing me, without actually signing me. It's a record deal, but it's not. I still own everything, and they took the chance to do that, and so far it's working, and Ready, Set, Roll's flying up the charts. So it's a lot of hard work, but a lot of good people around me, too.
Chase, what you just talked about, I was going to ask you that sometime during this podcast. Let's talk about it now. I'm kind of confused with the career because you were being represented by one label during Ready, Set, Roll, and all of a sudden you kind of moved over and it was with Columbia. How does that happen in the middle of a single? Was that just from management to a label, or was that a conscious decision?
Oh, that was a very conscious decision. Because what we've done is we signed a label. Usually they do promotion, which is to radio. Then they do A&R, which is all the behind-the-scenes stuff, getting your brand the way it is and choosing the songs and all that. We already had all that done. We had everything we needed except for radio, just because I've done it independently my whole career. And that was actually because we ended up turning labels down. Last year we had a couple labels even turn us down when the deal was done. Fortunately for me, actually. But so we brought on RPM to do radio promotion. That was it. They were just doing radio promotion. It was the length of one song, basically. And then halfway through that, Columbia gave us this monster offer to do the exact same thing, which is radio promotion, because we didn't need the other stuff. And we weren't locked in with RPM, and RPM was happy to have us go to Columbia, because Columbia is a major and RPM is not a major. So we went over to Columbia, and RPM said, "Heck yeah, man, do it." And they're obviously still going to get some back end on however far the single goes, but yeah, we just moved on over, and now I'm at Columbia, which is a major. Johnny Cash was on Columbia, Willie Nelson was. It's pretty unbelievable the company I'm in over there.
Yeah, and Kenny Chesney is on the same label right now. Do you have brass balls for what you were asking for?
Man, we knew what we deserved. Music it's too one-sided on the label side. I truly believe that. And what we had built, when I say me, I'm talking about me, my management, because when I signed on with them, they knew that I wanted to do it a different way, because they're from Texas. They do that underground thing. And I said, I want to do it that way. And they said, you realize you're going to have to turn down major record deals to do that, or they're going to turn you down. And I said, I don't care. We're gonna do it this way, and it's working. So everyone's on that fast-paced thing right now, trying to be Florida Georgia Line and trying to blow up that quick. I think there's something very unhealthy about that, and I think there's nothing wrong. Look how long it took Chesney, my label mate. It took him forever. Luke Bryan, it's taken him a while, but there's longevity in that. And I mean, George Strait didn't get 60 number ones in a year.
Right. Was there any time when you were out there and you were just grinding it on the road, you went, man, I wish I would have just signed with one of those labels?
No, there's never been one single time that I've thought that, because the management, everybody I have around me is so in on the way we're trying to do it, and I think my main thing was just because I had the support of my team, and more importantly, it was working. I'm going out and seeing people sing Ready, Set, Roll, and cooler part to me, not even Ready, Set, Roll. They're singing the entire set list throughout, and we're selling out 2,000 to 4,000 seats a night, and it's not a regional thing. First time I ever played in California, I walked on stage, I was like, holy hell, this is a ton of people. And so in my mind, I was like, you know what, it's growing. It's steadily growing, and it doesn't show any signs of slowing down. So why give in to the man, or whatever you want to call it, and let's just keep doing it this way.
Did you get the Sirius XM bump when you launched Ready, Set, Roll? Yeah,
Sirius XM jumped on board. They've been huge for me as much as some terrestrial FM guys don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They've been great for me, and they've John Marks has pushed the single, and it can only go so far with that, which is why FM is so important, which is finally happening, and you can see the sales are going crazy now that terrestrial radio is on.
I love what John Marks is doing, though, with Sirius XM, and giving people like you the opportunity before terrestrial will even look at these songs sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the platform's there to have people jump on it and see what happens, so why not? It's to me, it doesn't hurt anything. I mean, people are still going to listen to FM terrestrial radio, and it just gives another, option for people to go hear some more music. I mean, it's music. Everyone should hear it,
Yeah. You moved to Music Row back in around 2010, and it seems like right away you started writing with these big-name country writers. Is that an intimidating process because you're kind of opening yourself up, or were you confident enough with your ability where you just got down and started writing songs?
No, I wasn't confident, honestly. And I actually didn't get the opportunity to write with big-name writers when I first moved to town. It was I started writing with the FGL dudes, and they weren't FGL at the time. They were just Brian and Tyler, and now they're big superstars or whatever. But me and Brian grew up together down in Florida, so I moved in. We started writing. They were already doing their thing a little bit. Neither one of us had success, and then all of a sudden Cruise happened, and it was like, man, let's hold on tight. But they got to hold on tighter than me. I mean, they just blew up so fast that they became these superstars. While in the meantime, I was sitting there continuing to slowly, steadily do my thing, and writing, and then right after Cruise is when the other artists and stuff started coming up to you. Congrats, man! And you can tell they got that swagger though, that Dallas Davidson's, Red Akins, that hey, congrats on your big #1 song, but if you can't do